Welcome to our live group healing session. Oh my gosh, today marks such a freaking pivotal day. Today is the day that we move from the old shedding energy into the energy of momentum and possibility. And I'm super excited to explain all of this to you today. But for those of you who are new here, welcome. I am Becky, and it is so fucking nice to meet you. I am an energy healer and intuitive coach for high-achieving women and entrepreneurs who are ready to shed the patterns and cycles and habits that they know are no longer serving them, that are weighing them down, that are fueling all of the fear stories in their mind, and who are ready to really just create the life and business of their dreams that allows them to feel fulfilled and actually alive in their bodies. A quick little backstory about how I found this work. I found energy work when I was at my most depressed. I was at a point in my life where I really just didn't believe that life could be any different than just repeating the same day, the same month, the same year over and over again, and repeating those same shitty cycles. I honestly didn't believe that there was a different version than that for me. And I just got caught up on that hamster wheel in that loop. And one day I stumbled across energy healing and I was like, honestly, at this point, what do I have to lose? And I know that that's not the super exciting story of like, oh, energy work just called to me. But I just hit this point where I was like, seriously, it can't get any worse than this. What could I possibly have to lose? If it works, cool. If it doesn't, whatever. And clearly, it worked for me. And that is why I am so passionate to do this work with other women now. It's work that I continue to still do every single day of my life, to embody every single day. And it's work that I still do when it comes to deep inner healing and releasing. I feel like people get caught up in this loop of healing is a one and done and our destination is to be healed, but really we're always growing and evolving. So of course, this is an ongoing journey. So a quick little recap in case you're new here and you don't know how this work works. I muscle test on my finger. So I'm going to move this down to show you. I ask for yeses and nos from God, Spirit, the universe, whatever name you want to put on that all-encompassing, unconditional, loving energy. I muscle test to see what emotions and beliefs are trapped subconsciously when we do this one-to-one, obviously just for you, or when we're doing this as a group session collectively for the group, for everyone who is here live and for everyone who is here to watch on the replay. And how this works is throughout our lives, when something happens where an emotion needs to be felt, but maybe in that moment we just aren't able to process it, what we do is we subconsciously just tuck it down, or I like to say we pebble it, we toss it into our backpack, and we're like, I will deal with that later. This happens throughout our entire lives. Of course, when we're children, we actually don't have the capacity to be able to feel and honor and move through a lot of those emotions that come up in real time. But as adults in this crazy busy world, a lot of the time we still do the same thing. We don't have the emotional capacity to feel whatever is coming to the surface so that we don't suppress it. So of course, then what happens later is if a similar emotion to something that we have stuffed down surfaces, all of a sudden we're feeling it like times 10 instead of just times 1 in that moment, and we don't understand why we're spiraling. So that's a little recap of this work. Now, today marks the last day of the Year of the Snake if you're watching this in real time. If you're not, that's also totally fine. It's February 16th, 2026, and this is where we're moving out of that shedding cycle, that deep inner healing transformation, and we're really moving into the year of building momentum and possibility. And what I really want to touch on for you is what this looks like in real life is actually allowing yourself to be open to limitless possibility. And I know our human brain just doesn't even know how to comprehend the word limitless sometimes, because as like a really simple, tangible example, you, let's say, have a number in your head where you're like, this is the big goal that I want to hit this month. This is how much money I want to bring in. And that is actually a limited possibility. You have put that one simple limitation on a goal, and now your nervous system, your ego, your mind is going to be doing whatever it can to either go after that one specific goal and turn away anything that doesn't line up with that goal, or as fear comes up, it's spiraling into those old patterns and beliefs that make that goal not feel possible. When we open ourselves up to limitless possibilities, sure, we can have like these nice goals that are like, I would love to be able to hit 12K this month, let's say, but also allowing yourself to being open to, but I'm also open to whatever is meant for me out there, whatever the universe is ready to bring my way, and allowing yourself to being open to those limitless possibilities that actually exist that are maybe more meant for you than whatever that specific limitation or attachment is that you've put on that outcome. This year is really about allowing yourself to step into the unknown and maybe even the fear that's associated with that. So really, it's like our ego or our human self gets really attached to comfort, and our soul actually thrives and finds it thrilling to step into the unknown, to meet the fear, to hit that edge and keep going further than that, to choose and step into courage so that we can keep growing and evolving. And this is your year of evolution. This is the year where you start seeing those little bits of momentum grow and grow and grow. So we are going to tap in today to see what is ready to be released. And as always, take what aligns for you, leave behind what doesn't. Just allow yourself to enter this with an open heart and an open mind. And of course, like always, I am going to open us up with a little blessing. So if you can, just closing your eyes, taking in a couple nice deep breaths, big deep inhales all the way into the belly, big releasing exhales or sighs out. Just feeling the full weight of your body on the chair or wherever you are in this moment, just allowing yourself to be fully grounded and present in the body, in the breath, and in this present moment as best as you can. Taking notice of any tension being held in the body and just inviting it to soften or to release if it's ready to with the breath. Just breathing, just being completely present here, just for a couple more breaths as you really ground into the body. We ask for a blessing for the Reiki masters who have come before us and all the ancestors who have walked this earth before us. We invite in the protection and support of any angels, saints, spirits, guides, past loved ones, or any energies by any other names that are aligned with divine love and light and are of the greatest and highest good to support all who are present for this healing today, live or on the replay. We allow ourselves to feel deeply into gratitude for the support and loving Reiki energy, allowing whatever is of the greatest and highest good today to take place within the body, mind, and spirit of all those who are tuning in. Blessed be. Now just allowing yourself to take one more nice deep inhale in and a big releasing exhale or sigh out. Feeling the full weight of your body once again, and fluttering your eyes open when you're ready. So I'm going to tap in for us and see what is present and ready to be released. So we have a present time belief. So beliefs are something that we see the whole world through. So we believe to be true about ourselves or the world. And we're starting out with just one. And it is effort unreceived. And I'm going to read you the definition of this so you can feel in to where this is showing up for you. So we'll be releasing effort unreceived and bringing in effort received. So So effort unreceived, when one's work, achievement, attempts, or endeavors are not accepted or recognized. When one's best effort is not considered good enough, a feeling of being unappreciated, not feeling approved of or validated. So just allowing yourself to feel into where you're believing that to be true in your life or in your external reality. And if you're ready to shift that to that feeling of having your efforts be received, and also just being mindful when something like this is coming up, if it is an ego need for validation, because really our ego loves to be validated. So just checking into where your intentions lie with the efforts that you're putting in, and also just being radically honest with yourself of whether that effort that you're putting out is actually in alignment with this version of your identity, of where you are now, or if it's in alignment with old patterns, old habits, old versions of you that you have long outgrown, maybe skin that you have shed, that you are ready to fully let go of and step into that feeling of effort received, but even just knowing that all of the efforts you put forward are always received exactly as they're meant to, by exactly who they're meant to be received by, even if that is just by yourself. Because also acknowledging that you can give yourself all of that validation that you need. You don't need to be validated by other people. When you know that your intention is pure and it's coming from your heart, you can tune into, I know I did exactly what I needed to, and I know that this is received, and you can feel into that gratitude on your own. So we are going to release this today through Reiki. So Reiki can be done hands-on, but we can also use Reiki, and Reiki is universal life force energy. So like unconditional loving energy, the energy of the universe, of God, spirit, in me, in you, in the earth. And we can use this, like I said, hands-on. But we can also use Reiki symbols that represent different forms of healing that do different things. So we're going to start out with the symbol for mental and emotional healing, which also helps change the belief. So that changes that neural pathway in your brain so that we can rewire that new one. So it dissolves that old pattern, creates a new one that then your brain now gets to choose every single day as its new truth until it becomes a new habit that you then get to embody as this version of you. And it also helps balance both hemispheres of the brain. And then the other symbol we're going to use is peace. And the peace symbol helps heal the past, releases the future, and brings you back into peace and harmony in this present moment. And I do like to remind the little example of like, the past no longer exists, the future does not yet exist, only this present moment exists, and there is peace in knowing that only this present moment exists. And it is that reminder to just tune in with that intentionality of like, where is this effort coming from? Is this me trying to prove something? Is this actually me as this real embodied version of my identity evolution? Is it that me that is putting this effort forward? And if so, perfect, I'm going to follow through. If not, can I check myself, check that old pattern, tune into where I'm really at right now, and reevaluate if this is an effort I need to still keep putting forward. Okay. So we are going to release this through Reiki. So I'm going to invite you once again to close your eyes, and I'm going to invite you to feel into this emotion. So closing the eyes, taking a couple nice deep breaths, big releasing exhales, and allowing yourself to feel and honor this following emotion that is trapped present time, forming a belief that up until now you've believed to be true about yourself or the world. And allowing it to be felt and honored without judgment so that it can be brought to the surface to be released. Effort unreceived. Taking notice of anywhere you can feel this energy trapped in the body without judgment. Taking notice of any sensations that are trapped there with it. If you can feel it lodged anywhere in the body, or just acknowledging its existence, even if you can't locate it, knowing that this effort unreceived is being felt and honored and brought to the surface to be released, to make space and openness to receive the new emotional frequency and belief of effort received. And continuing to breathe deeply and compassionately as we release this through Reiki now. Choku-rei, choku-rei, choku-rei. Seihei-ki, seihei-ki, seihei-ki. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Now held in this frequency of peace, allowing yourself to feel and honor this new emotion that has been brought in to form a new belief that you now get to choose to live as your new truth. Effort received. Just allowing yourself to feel that emotion land in the body. Any sensations that are there with it. And allowing yourself to feel deeply into gratitude as this emotional frequency of effort received grounds and anchors in to every cell, every fiber, and every layer of your being now. Taking a nice deep inhale in and a big releasing exhale or sigh out. It is done, it is done, it is done. And so it is. And fluttering your eyes back open when you're ready. Released and replaced. And just allowing yourself to feel into how you feel in this moment. If you're here live, you can drop in the chat or just allow yourself to be fully present. Taking a sip of water if you just need a little help grounding, just reorienting your body. You can do some little shoulder motions or just shake it out. And just allow yourself to come fully back to the present moment. Okay, so we have more priorities, present time, belief again. And I do just want to note here that we can have different timelines of emotion. So if you're new to this work, we can have present time, past time, so earlier on in life, inherited from mom or dad up to 7 generations back. Obviously, it's really hard to get into the deep childhood emotions or the nitty-gritty inherited generational trauma and emotions when we're doing group healing like this, because obviously it's usually going to be different for everyone that's watching. So we do tend to find ourselves more in the present time trapped emotions or beliefs when we're doing group work like this, so that it resonates for all who are watching. And also remembering that we could have multiple of the same emotion come up, but it's because we have suppressed different layers of that emotion, even if it is present time, because present time doesn't necessarily mean like right now in this moment, but it means in this current window of our present reality. So we have 2 emotions trapped together forming this belief this time, which means that when you feel one of these, you feel both of them. So instead of having a level 1 emotional response, you have a level 2 emotional response. 5. Blaming is what we're going to be releasing. And we're going to bring in compassion in its place. So we will be releasing the frequency of blaming and bringing in the frequency of compassion. Being blamed is to be held responsible, accused, or held guilty for something. Blaming another is to hold responsible, accuse, find fault with, putting responsibility on someone or something else to avoid taking responsibility. This is a key emotion in creating a victim mentality and can cause deterioration of personal power. Blaming the self is finding fault with oneself, which can lead to feelings of self-abuse, depression, etc. Now, when you heard the term victim mentality, I want you to just acknowledge what you felt in your body. Because this is a conversation that I have with friends and clients alike all the time, and the word victim triggers the shit out of people. And this is because we do not like to acknowledge that we ever play the victim at all. Because it's just this gross word that we find offensive, and we're like, nope, I don't want to acknowledge that. But I want you to remember that we can fall victim to so many even just little things. We can fall victim to someone cutting us off on the road and getting road rage and then blaming that person for the reason why we're late, when really the reason why we're late is because we didn't leave on time and we were rushing, and just all of these things. We can find blame in so many different areas and actually make ourselves the victim to people, circumstances, situations. So just acknowledging that with neutrality and compassion, if you can, and just allowing yourself to notice where that blame is coming up for you. If you have been blamed by someone, if you've been blaming someone, or if you've been blaming yourself, and what that has looked like for you. Like a lot of the time with people, like that example of the self-blame bringing feelings of self-abuse and depression. Self-abuse can even just be not properly taking care of your body the way you know you need to. Not eating healthy, not drinking enough water, not moving your body, not going to bed when you know you need to, keeping yourself awake longer, overworking, taxing yourself, all of these things. And what I've been seeing a lot in this shift of energy from that old letting go into the new is so many people are feeling this urge of like, I know I'm different. I know I have evolved. I'm so ready to move on. But they're blaming their past selves or their past mistakes and not actually being able to move forward out of that energy. And it's actually keeping them exactly where they fucking are instead of being able to embody and evolve into that new identity. So allowing yourself to just acknowledge where that blame is coming up for you and feeling into the frequency of compassion is what we're bringing in. So we're releasing that lower vibrational frequency of blaming, and we're bringing in that higher frequency of compassion to neutralize things out, to bring you into that neutral place where you can really just allow yourself to witness and be radically honest of where this is showing up for you in your life on a daily basis, so that you can get clear on whether or not this is something you're going to bring with you into the rest of 2026. Next we have vulnerability to security. Feeling susceptible to harm, either emotional or physical, unsafe or unstable. So just allowing yourself to notice where you've been feeling vulnerable, and kind of piggybacking off what I said before about that identity evolving, that letting go and stepping into your power. There can be a lot of vulnerability in being honest with yourself about what is no longer serving you. And sometimes it can feel really vulnerable to feel those feelings that are coming up that need to be felt, or to have those uncomfortable conversations with people to say and speak your truth of what your actual needs are, what the boundaries are that you need to set. So allowing yourself to feel into where that vulnerability is coming up specifically for you, as we are going to be welcoming in that frequency of security. And that security is very much a root chakra emotion of being able to feel stable and secure in your body as your emotional foundation. So allowing yourself to really anchor and ground into this frequency of security, so that we can also, we're going to be, the compassion is very heart-centered, the security is very root-centered. Your root is at the base of your tailbone. So it's also going to help you come out of your head, those overactive thoughts, into your heart and all the way down into the tailbone, which is actually just all the way grounding down into the body. And moving forward to support you with this is going to be really, really beneficial for you to allow yourself moments throughout the day to just ground into these emotions that we brought in, that compassion, that security, even also that effort received that we brought in before, and allowing that anchor to be your way forward. When your brain wants to overthink and spiral into all the things, how can I bring myself out of my head, back into my body? Can I maybe just like tap my heart center? I'm trying not to hit my mic and make this really loud for you guys. How can I tap my heart center? Can I maybe even just rub my legs and bring myself down into the body? Can I take some nice deep breaths and see if I can draw that breath all the way down into my tailbone? so that you can come out of the head into the heart, all the way down into the body, so that you can be present in this current version of you, in this new reality, and stop replaying all of those old patterns and beliefs. Okay, we are going to release through Reiki again. We're going to use 3 symbols this time. We are starting again with the mental and emotional healing symbol, which is also the belief change symbol. Hi, Tony. My cat really loves to be present for these healing sessions. So changing that belief, balancing the brain, releasing that neural pathway in the brain to create the new one. And remembering that the more you choose that new pathway, the more likely it is to become a new habit. We're going to be doing heart healing. So the heart healing symbol shatters illusions, blows holes in lies. So illusions or lies being beliefs that you have made up in your mind to be true, that literally were just built on from the ego, from past truth, from past circumstances, that then your brain just continues to find evidence of. So we are shattering those illusions and that truth to bring you back into the truth of your heart center, into the truth of, I am made of unconditional love. So that's also going to help us bring in that emotion of compassion. And then we are going to end with clearing and grounding. So clearing out that old frequency and grounding that new frequency in, but also grounding you out of your head down into your freaking body. Okay, if you're ready to release this one, if it resonates for you, close your eyes. Let's take a couple nice deep breaths once again. Nice deep inhales, big releasing exhales or sighs. Feeling the full weight of the body on the chair. Letting go of any tension that's being held in the body. If it's ready to be released, or even just to soften. Opening your heart and your mind, knowing that you are held and protected in safe and sacred space, and allowing yourself to feel and honor the following emotions that are trapped present time, forming a belief that up until now you've believed to be true about yourself or the world. Blaming and vulnerability. Allowing these to be felt and honored without judgment. Blaming and vulnerability. Taking notice of anywhere you can feel this energy trapped in the body, any sensations that are trapped with it, anything that needs to be felt and honored, for this emotional frequency to be fully brought to the surface, to be released, to make space and openness to receive the new emotional frequency and belief of compassion and security. And continuing to breathe as we release and replace this through Reiki now. Choku-rei, choku-rei, choku-rei. Seihei-ki, seihei-ki, seihei-ki. Hearth, hearth, hearth. Mara, Mara, Mara. And held in this frequency of unconditional love, allowing yourself to feel and honor these new emotions that have been brought in to form a new belief that you now get to choose to live as your new truth. Compassion and security. Feeling as this new emotional frequency of compassion and security grounds down from the crown of your head, down through each of your energy centers, moving down your spine, all the way down out through the bottom of your tailbone. And as it grounds and anchors into every cell, every fiber, and every layer of your being now, feeling deeply into gratitude for shifting this belief, for choosing to show up to do this energy healing today. And extending love and gratitude out to all of the energies that help support this healing today as well. Taking a nice deep inhale in when you're ready, and a big releasing exhale or sigh out. It is done, it is done, it is done. And so it is. Feeling the full weight of your body on the chair again. Bringing your awareness back to the room. And fluttering your eyes back open when you're ready. Beautiful. Once again, having a sip of water or just allowing yourself to reorient to your body, to the room, and remembering that when we do energy healing like this, energy work happens immediately, but it can take 48 to 72 hours for it to really integrate and land into the body. So if you're still feeling that release happen, if all of a sudden you need to yell for a second or jump up and down, or you just feel a surge of energy, let your body move. Drink lots of water. Make sure that you're staying hydrated, that you're making sure that your basic needs are met. You're grounded, you're hydrated, you're eating your protein, you're getting your sleep. Just take care of your body as this energy fully integrates into all of your physical cells. I hope that today resonated for you deeply, and I know that if you're here, the rest of this year is going to be wildly full of opportunity for you. It is going to be a beautiful year of healing, of evolution, of literally limitless possibilities. And I hope that that little conversation that we had at the start of this, that you take that with you and you allow yourself to be open to what limitless possibilities actually look like for you. Because oh my gosh, literally, they're limitless. We cannot possibly begin to fathom all of the potential outcomes that are available to us when we allow ourselves to be open, when we allow ourselves to continue to raise our frequency in this way. When you think about those lower frequency emotions that you have released today, you have literally raised your energetic frequency so drastically just by being here in the past, half hour. So allow yourself to stay in that energy, to continue anchoring in to those higher frequency emotions, that effort received, that compassion, that security, to keep your energy at that place where it is able to receive at that level. Because I guarantee you it is going to blow your freaking mind how much the world opens up for you when you allow yourself to continue to do this work, to show up in that higher frequency, and to just show up even with gratitude, compassion, with an open heart and an open mind. The universe is going to wildly, pleasantly surprise you. So thank you so much for joining me live, for those of you who joined me live today, and for joining me on the replay. For the rest of you, thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you again, whether it's in another one of our group healings or inside Release and Expand. So much fucking love to you, babes. Have the best, most beautiful day.